There's a difference between necessarily transforming your company versus getting your ducks in a row for compliance sake. Is there a risk of the two being conflated, that people are saying, well, I can't meet POPI because I'm not digitally transformed yet and I'm struggling with that?
I think that this looming deadline is driving people to the next cycle where we're getting into some of the nuts and bolts as to how do we look after the data. So you then have this problem that we're stuck with now, that we're going to implement at a point and there's going to be court cases to then figure out what is practical, etc. And that's going to take a long while as well. The challenge that we've had is years of kind of lax practice. So lots of our systems integrated and share identity data and share other bits of data as we go. And inside your data center at rest, a lot of that stuff is not encrypted and properly protected and stuff like that. So everywhere from the disciplines of how HR are dealing with the data at the moment and some of the processes that they have, all the way through to some of the technology that is also just not ready for it. I mean, most of us have a fair amount of technical debt lying around the place that needs massive overhaul if it's going to be properly secured. It's a massive rework, and I think that the government has to put down some standards and say, guys, you've got to aim for them. That's kind of the way it's always going to be. The amount of money required to do these kind of things is tremendous. We've just been through an episode. We've had a rather nasty 2020 as it goes, and some of the things that we noticed is that if you had to take any of those assessments, any of those audits, so we do a security audit on any company, the amount of work in that to-do list is more than what they have the resource or the budget to deal with. And that would be true of 99% of the guys. Only people spending, 50, 60% plus on tech would be in a space where they can say, I can deal with that in a couple of weeks and go. So I think it's just a case of when, not if. And I think it's a case of that, you'll be as prepared as you can, but the whole infrastructure of the company and the way we run the culture and the country is not in our favor.